Here on the Perimenopause podcast, we talk about life's turning points, the plot twists that change everything. If you're in one of those moments now, questioning your habits, your happiness, or your relationship with alcohol, check out Ditch the Drink. It's life coaching with a sober, curious twist because we're all recovering from something, whether that's grief, burnout, people-pleasing, perfectionism, you name it. Start your next chapter with a free guide and masterclass at ditchthedrink.com. Your turning point could start today. This episode is brought to you by Kajabi, the all-in-one platform that helps creators like you turn your knowledge into income. Whether you're a coach, course creator, or content pro, Kajabi gives you everything you need to build, market, and sell your offers all in one place. No duct taping together websites, email systems, landing pages, or payment processors. Kajabi handles it all, so you can focus on what you do best, teaching, creating, and connecting. I use Kajabi myself, and I can tell you it's a game changer. You can launch a digital product, build a membership, or host an entire online course without needing to be a tech genius. Want to give it a try? Head to my link for a free 30-day trial and see how simple building your dreams can be. Kajabi, where creators become entrepreneurs.
Hey, babe, and welcome to the Perimenopause podcast, a talk show for women. This is the place to talk about how we're ditching our bad habits, long-held patterns, and limiting beliefs. The time is now to stop outsourcing and start insourcing our happiness and bliss. Am I right? I'm Heather Lowe, your empowering life coach, ready to guide you on this incredible journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and freedom. If you're feeling stuck in the cycle and wondering what life could look like if you liberated yourself, well, I've got something just for you. I created a free guide to help you take those first empowering steps towards a healthier and more fulfilling life, the one that you desire. This guide is packed with practical tools, mindset shifts, journal prompts that dig deep, and real-life insights to support you in making changes that truly stick. So if you're ready to explore what's possible, head over to ditchthedrink.com and grab your free guide today. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And if you want a group of babes to journey with, I've got you there too. We're staying connected through the Ditch the Drink Insider app with private forums, weekly group calls, masterclasses, live workshops, book clubs, in real life events, and more. And the best part is you can join for free with a 7-day trial. I'd love to continue the conversation on the inside. Now, let's dive into today's episode and get inspired to create the life you deserve, like so many other babes are doing right now. Here we go.
Perimenopause podcast listeners, I have a delight for you today. Suzanne Ware from The Sober Shift is here. And Suzanne and I have a lot in common, including being from small towns right next to each other in Wisconsin, and both now living in the Chicagoland area, and both being sober babes in midlife. We are going to talk about, as we're laughing prior to hitting record, that we're going to talk about women's innards. We're going to talk about women's issues through the gamut, right? From the innards, from the motherhood through the perimenopause. I'm really excited because Suzanne has a new book out called The Sober Shift, and you can't see it right now, but she's matching her book cover. So I'm thrilled. I wish I was. And I was probably one of the very first people to receive this book. It technically releases on September 30th. So I've already read it. I loved it. It hooked me. First chapter, like going to a fancy Chicago North Shore neighborhood party, and free booze and champagne, and where that leads us. So I was hooked. It was good. And you opened your heart. So thank you. How are you doing? How are you feeling knowing the book is starting to trickle into people's hands?
I'm feeling naked. Yeah. I feel like I'm not wearing anything.
That's what I said. So exposed.
Yes. It's so funny because it's almost like I didn't think this through, which is is hilarious.
I think about it because I'm writing a book and I'm like, why
you right now?
Lay yourself open and expose yourself. Like, you don't really have to do that.
You don't have to.
But you kind of did have to. Like, you had a calling that said I had to.
The thing is, like, okay, I wanted the book to be the best book that I could write, right? And so then I was like, okay, obviously, like, as you're writing the book, which you're probably figuring out, it's just you in the book. Like, it's just me in the library, right? In the book, it's me and my editor going back and it's just me. Like, no one knows what I'm doing. Like, no one, it's just me and my computer. And then, I mean, it's been such a long process. It's been like 3 years almost that I've been working on this. And so it just feels like it's never really like, yeah, sure, it's going to be published. Yeah, I got a deal, but come on. What does that really mean?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's going to be published. Oh my God, it's in people's hands. Oh my God, people are reading it. And so now this week I've been like doing that spiral of like, oh God, oh my God, what did I write? Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's that. And I share so many of my stories that I've never shared before. And which I know if you listen to my podcast, you're like, you talk so much. There's literally like nothing you've shared, nothing you haven't shared before. And no, there is. And so I do feel exposed.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. And you're like, but wait, there's more. You think you know about me, but wait, there's more.
I know there's so much more.
I want to praise you for being vulnerable and for sharing your story, because it does help. Sharing stories heals. And you know that from your own life and story. And you know that from your community, the Sober Mom Cafe, that stories heal. So thank you for putting it out there. It is very vulnerable. You're literally sitting in your skeleton closet wallpaper, and
literally
you've pulled out the skeletons and shared them with us. So shame lives in the dark. So as the minute it's brought into the light, it's exposed. So I'm going to be I'm a safe nest for you, a safe reader who said, yeah, I get it. I relate. I love her. I care about her. I want the best for her. Thank you for sharing. So I bet most readers will feel that way too. And of course, there's the haters and the trolls.
I know. Who cares about them? I know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That, it really does. Anytime I've like stretched myself in my vulnerability, which I've done over the course of the past like decade many times, and just like kind of opening the door further and further and like letting more and more people in. The only way I'm able to do that is hearing things like that. Like you say, thank you for sharing. And so women know that you're not alone. Right. And that's the key. That's always been the goal, is because I always thought I was the only one and the only one struggling and doubting, and that everyone else kind of had this drinking thing figured out. And so, being able, to jump and just like kind of cross your fingers that they're going to catch you. And I have such faith that, because they always have caught me. Like when I shared about my postpartum anxiety and then OCD, that was kind of my first foray into being like, okay, I mean, I love talking about sweaters and, jeans, but can we also talk about intrusive thoughts and that they were like, yes, me too. Thank you. And that really, and I did that in like 2016. I think I started opening up about that. And so that did give me this kind of foundation of, okay, not only can I do it, but I think I'll feel supported. And so right now I'm just I'm in the free fall part of the jump, right? Like I kind of have jumped, and now I'm like waiting for the arms to be like, haha, gotcha.
Yeah,
So,
and the book hasn't landed on the ground yet. It
hasn't landed.
Yeah. So neither have you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got a parachute.
I've got a parachute, and I'm still, I'm like, yeah. And I've also kind of made a promise to myself that I'm not going to, I don't know, now that I say this, am I really not, that I'm not going to read reviews? Am I really going to be able to do that?
I mean, curiosity kills the cat. We'll see. But I will say, most people, actually, Elizabeth Gilbert also just came out with a book, right?
Yes.
And I saw her last weekend, and she said, write what happened is her writing advice. Write what happened. And she goes, people are so worried about the publishing piece that they don't write. Yeah. Write for yourself, write your audience. And as I'm writing, I'm realizing writing this is therapeutic for me.
Yes.
I'm writing the book. What happens with the editing and the publishing? It's like, that's not my business right now. That will become my business later.
Totally.
But for now, I'm writing. And so people are so worried about the exposure or the publishing piece that they never finished the book.
Right.
So you
Right.
finished the book. So maybe it's good you didn't really think that through, because otherwise you got a finished book out of it.
Yeah, it was
stopped you.
Yes, it was probably self-protection, right? Of like,
Yeah.
I can't think this through. I mean, I do that on the podcast. I'm sure you do that too, like recording or on Instagram or wherever I share content. I'm not thinking about who's going to hear it. I might be thinking about one person, and that one person is like the ideal person who I want to hear my message, right? But I'm not thinking about like my neighbor listening to my podcast, because if I did, I wouldn't record it.
Same.
I wouldn't say half the stuff I say.
I'm just like, thank God my husband doesn't listen to all these.
Oh my God, right?
He has no idea. God bless him.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband is like in the dark about a lot of it. And yeah, that's okay.
That's perfect. Yeah. And I just recorded one from Madison. It was like a person in Wanakee. And that felt different, because I'm like, it's one thing to be out there in the world.
Yeah.
On the interwebs and having like followers in that way. It's another thing to bring it back to your hometown. And for me to like be speaking, people listening who are standing around the keg with me in the field. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, that's a different kind of.
Yes.
But you're doing it all. From your mother-in-law to your high school person to your biggest enemy. It's on the shelves. So anyone can.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know.
Fine, because you've got nothing to hide. And the other thing is the reviews, they're not for you. Like,
no, like, what am I going to do?
Really?
Yeah, like I can't change it, guys.
And you're not for everyone.
Yes, I'm definitely not for everyone.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah. What felt like the most vulnerable thing to talk about? Was it the postpartum OCD?
I think so. I think that always, is probably my biggest pain point in life. If if I'm having like a down day and I just want to cry, I either think about my dad, or I think about the year and a couple months that I kind of lost in there to postpartum OCD, and that'll get me, because I have such such compassion for that girl who really felt like this is it. Something's just inherently wrong with me, or just I'm bad, and that my thoughts were predictive of the future. And so I would end it all. And so that was probably, it's also a hard thing as moms to talk about, because it's the worst. It's just the worst thing. I have harm OCD. And so my intrusive thoughts are always based around harming somebody, right? That I don't want to. And that it would just like happen, or it's such a hard thing to explain to someone who doesn't have an OCD brain. But I think we all have those thoughts, and they just kind of come and go, right? Like we all have crazy, insane thoughts. An OCD brain like mine, it doesn't just come and go. It latches on and it kind of just sticks. And then you become like haunted by this thought. It feels predictive. It feels like it's kind of a foregone conclusion, but it's your worst nightmare. It's the one thing that you would not want to have happen. And so it's hell. It's hell on earth. And if anyone's experiencing that, go get help, please. Please, please, please don't wait. Don't wait as long as I did. I know it's really scary to say the thoughts out loud, but it's OCD. It's not you. That's OCD. And there's help, and I'll be on meds for the rest of my life because my brain needs help. And that's okay if my brain needs help.
I love that you're taking care of yourself, and you have education and you have language for it now, but I'm imagining you didn't always have that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So thank you for educating us on this.
Yeah. I didn't know I had OCD. Like I didn't know that that's what that was. I didn't even know intrusive thought. Like I didn't know that was a thing. No, I had no idea. It took me, took me by complete surprise and almost took me down. And then once I learned about it, and thank God I had like a great therapist and a great psychiatrist who really right-sized it. And they were like, oh, this is OCD. Like, these are called intrusive thoughts. They're tearing you up. That's how I know that it's OCD, because if it was like a psychosis or something, it would sound like a great idea and you would want to do it, right? The fact that it goes against everything you believe in and everything you are means that it's this. And
Like,
so
it's intrusive.
yes, that's how
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It would be psychosis if you didn't.
Yes.
If you thought that voice was your voice.
Yes. If you thought like, oh my God, yeah, that's okay. Well, obviously this is a great idea. And if it felt good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, hearing that, it was just such a relief. Like, oh my God. And then when my psychiatrist was like, yeah, it's OCD is almost easier to treat than generalized anxiety because it's a switch in your brain. And I remember she said that. And I don't know if it's obviously not a switch in your brain. It was just her like metaphorically talking about it. But I was like, the fact that she said it like that helped me so much. And still today helps me so much. When you struggle with thoughts and with your brain, it's a very like weird meta thing, right? It's like it's really messed up. And so the fact that she said it's a switch and my brain kind of latched onto that and then saw the meds as like, this is the switch. And so then I could like feel the switch. It was
I love it. It makes so much sense to me. And oh my gosh, a huge reason why I'm a coach and got certified in this is alcohol, but it's also because mental health, like when you struggle with that, are you having a bad day or is it your meds that are putting you in a bad mood? Right. Or is this your issue? Is this OCD that's having a bad day, or is your meds a little bit off? Or like, are you just mad because it's okay to be mad right now?
Yeah, because you're human. Yes.
You don't know. And I think that's so confusing for so many people. I have so much compassion for anybody walking that line. But yeah, your brain is like a circuit board. Yes. So like if this switch over here is going on and off out of circuit, right? Like it's just blinking but it's like all the time.
Yes.
You just take this pill and then you turn it off and leave it off. Yes. So I love that analogy. Yeah,
it's so true to think about. And the meds saved my life for sure. And the thing that, I would never, I used to never just take anything, right? I still just don't, I would like forget to take Tylenol, or ibuprofen if I have like a pinched nerve. My husband's like, did you take ibuprofen? I'm like, oh my God. No, but that's a great idea. He's like, why?
No, I just complain about it.
Yes. It's like not even on my radar to take, and I've just always been like that. I'm not against it. I just never think of it as an option. And so then I was afraid to take meds. And I was like, God, I wanted to have more babies. Like, what did that mean? But this was so tied up in motherhood for me and having babies. And yeah, I was on the meds through 2 more pregnancies, breastfeeding. They are healthy, happy children, I'm so forever grateful for sertraline.
Yeah, such a good message.
This is not an ad, but
did you? This is sponsored by.
Yeah, this episode sponsored by sertraline.
Exactly, my therapist's name, my psychiatrist's name.
Yeah.
Did you have signs before?
Yeah.
Okay. And then postpartum, it escalated. It really
it did
so unbearable that you
were
like, this is beyond. And then you learned about it and you're like, oh, I've always had a version of this, a milder version of this. Okay.
Yes.
Here's us what that looked like.
Well, I think what it was is my OCD always attacked what was most important to me. And before having kids, it was not as, I could live with it. If it's, if it's something with me or growing up, it was something, with my mom, which was very distressing, but I wasn't a mom and it wasn't attacking my child yet. Right. But then in motherhood, what became most important to me was my baby. And so then that the threat of something happening to her became something I couldn't I couldn't stand. I couldn't just live with. I couldn't brush it off.
Mm.
I couldn't, kind of
Mhm.
just deal with it the
This
way
is
I had.
very concerning because it's the thing you care most about.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I had never loved anyone like that, right? A mother's love it trumps everything.
Mhm.
And so then I think that the stakes were raised in
Mhm.
motherhood, and it became that. And yeah, yeah. So then it kind of just heightened. So along with the hormones and everything that's happening in postpartum, and the like complete drop off of hormones right away, right? Because my pregnancy, I had anxiety, but my OCD was okay. Like I didn't have a lot of the intrusive stuff. I had heightened anxiety, but then that like crazy drop off in hormones, then coupled with now I have something that I'm actually completely in charge of,
Mhm.
and who I do love more than anything. Like it was like the perfect storm to be like, okay, OCD can now take the stage.
Mhm. So you got help?
Yes.
Did you have intervention? Did somebody say, go get help? Or were you like, I
No,
got to talk to
because
somebody? Tell us how
yeah,
that went down.
no, because my compulsions were mental.
Mhm.
I was very good at hiding it. I kind of let my husband and my mom in a little bit, but not much, right? I
Mhm.
wasn't like I wasn't telling them everything. And so I was really able to hide it, and it was probably it was like a year and 3 months, and I had like the best idea ever in my mind at that time, in my broken mind. And it was to take me out of the equation of this thing. Like that if it's her or me, it's me. Like
Mm.
that's an easy choice that felt like and it felt like the best idea I had had, or the best thought that had run through my mind in a year and 3 months. And it felt like a relief. And it felt like, oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, why didn't I think of this before? And thank God. I don't know why, because you do lose so much perspective when you're in that OCD state. But I did have perspective to say, I don't think this is supposed to feel like a relief.
Mm.
Like, I don't think this is supposed to feel like such a great idea.
Mm.
And so I told my husband was at work, and I called my mom, and I just like broke down and like caught her up. And I was like, it's really bad. I need help like now. And so then, yeah, we got help. We went to a therapist who then was able to say like, oh, this is OCD. I need you to see a psychiatrist. And I was terrified, and I did. And then, I mean, that's it. I continued with therapy, and, but it did bring me to my darkest point ever. And I do now look at it like, and it's crazy to say this because I would have never thought that I would have looked at OCD like a gift. But I do, getting through that and really being brought down to that level, and then asking for help and getting it. And then it really did give me perspective on my thoughts, and like how messed up our thoughts can be in our brains, and that we aren't what we think. Our brains are wrong so much. Before that, I just didn't have that perspective.
You don't have to
And
believe everything you think.
yeah, yeah. I think we can really get tangled up when we start to, especially when we quit drinking, like bringing it to sobriety. I think we're very focused on our thoughts in early sobriety, right? Like, oh my God, if I'm wanting a drink, if I'm thinking about a drink, am I going to have a drink? And like, this means it's predictive, right? Like, obviously I'm going to do this thing. And just to be able to have the perspective of like, no, I have thought insanely horrifying things that had zero basis in reality, like none, that felt so real. And they were so wrong.
Mhm.
that it kind of just gave me this ability to zoom out, which I use all the time. Like I have a more like meta perspective on my thoughts, I think.
That you're not the thoughts, you're the person hearing the thoughts.
Yes. And just that they're insane.
Oh,
that
and not to latch on.
Huh?
You don't get hooked. You don't have to latch on to it just because you heard it. You can let it pass like a crowd. I feel like you're like you want to be a superhero, like boom, boom, pow, bam, as the thoughts are coming in, right? To shield yourself from
totally. And just to be like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, like if you're you know, wanting to quit drinking or to quit something or to break up with somebody or whatever, make some sort of change in your life, and your thoughts are kind of like tripping you up, it's because we're hyper focused on like that, right? Oh my God, I'm thinking about alcohol. Oh my God, I'm thinking about him, or I'm thinking about this thing. I can't move on. Notice the other thoughts, the other insane thoughts you have throughout the day, like illegal, immoral, just totally insane thoughts. And like, we don't give credence to those thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. And that's it. They're nothing more. And we all have crazy thoughts. Like,
I always think about Stephen King. To write those books, it's like he has crazy thoughts.
Crazy thoughts. Yes, exactly.
Brilliant, talented, amazing, wonderful, lovable, and have super insane thoughts.
And like, you would be locked away for life if you told everyone your thoughts and if they mattered, right? Like, we all would be canceled. Okay. Like it would just be, thoughts are not real.
Yeah, exactly. So you had OCD and hormones are related to that.
Yes.
Interesting. And then you had a sobriety journey. So some of this you were navigating, probably trying to navigate with alcohol, and hiding the OCD goes right. I'm guessing what I know about you is you're perfectionist. You want everything to look good on the outside and all this stuff. So you were hiding OCD, you were hiding drinking, trying to keep up appearances because you're just that kind of person that wants to be well and wants everything to be well. So it's going to paint the picture that it is.
Yeah.
So you were kind of like well practiced in hiding and pretending.
Totally. In presenting, right? In presenting like who I wanted to be. In my OCD, I do think that so much of obviously my early motherhood was so like informed by my OCD. I didn't turn to alcohol during that period. I think because everything felt out of control, like my brain felt out of control. And so I really wanted to have control. I needed to have control. I totally can see me going the opposite way and saying like, everything feels out of my control. I just don't want to feel. And so I don't want to think. I want to drink to black out, right? Like I could have gone that way.
You guys, I'm so excited. My favorite makeup brand asked me to be an ambassador for them. Jones Road Beauty. You guys, if you feel like a clown in makeup, like I do, this is the makeup for you. It feels so moisturizing and hydrating that when I went to the store, they actually told me I was using so much. I want to take a bath in this, okay? Jones Road Beauty is the clean, high-performance makeup line from Bobbi Brown, made to enhance your natural beauty, not hide it. From Miracle Balm to their Viral Foundation, every product is multi-purpose and effortless. It takes me about 5 minutes in the morning, and I feel good all day. And right now, if you use my link, when you spend $85, you're going to get a free mascara. Head to the link below. Start fresh, feel good, glow differently. Thanks, Jones Road Beauty. You know I love magazines. From my vision board to my junk journaling, getting that glossy happy mail in the mailbox makes me so happy, you guys. What happens after the moment? That changes everything. The grief, the healing, the reinvention. After magazine is where those next chapters unfold. It delivers soulful essays, powerful interviews, and vibrant visuals that explore life after the transformational moments and after alcohol. And now, we've introduced an Ask a Coach column with real questions and grounding guidance from an expert coach, me, Heather Lowe of Ditch the Drink, because sometimes the best next step is simply knowing what to ask. For honest answers, thoughtful advice, and a path forward, explore After at aftermagazine.com with my link below. Subscribe for digitalese to get the stunning quarterly print issue, because life doesn't end with the turning point. It evolves, and After helps you live what comes next.
I went more in the what can I control? I got like very skinny, working out a ton. I mean, really, like I look at those pictures and I'm like, man, like I did go into like control mode.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yes, I was very good at hiding the OCD and like, let's just more just like kind of, head down, get through this and just like power through. And then as kind of, I got the meds started working. I felt like myself again. I had another baby and I was like, okay, this is great. Then alcohol did, come back in and I was able to be like, okay, now I'm not like just holding on for dear life anymore. And then trying to make alcohol work with motherhood, right? And and really not loving it, not like it just didn't feel right. I wasn't drinking like I did in my party girl days, but I still didn't like it, but I still wouldn't talk about it. I would just like silently, take the temperature of everybody else. How much are they drinking? Are we drinking water now? Okay. Right. And so like monitoring and really seeing like, okay, am I doing this right? Am I drinking like adults should? Okay, I guess, except it's horrible and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is interesting. And at that, you also had an audience. You were already an influencer for style and you had an audience. And so how was it to change to like, I'm sober. I'm going to say I'm sober. I'm going to say it out loud. And I'm going to probably lose followers from my style influence.
Yeah.
Because I mean, nothing looks better than like a cute outfit and a glass of champagne, to be honest.
Yeah, right. And I had been doing that for so long. Like I was a mommy wine.
Just like eat your words.
Come back totally.
You had to be
okay,
like,
guys.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember when I told you that wine helps? Yes. I mean, I had campaigns with brands. I worked with wine brands a lot. Totally. And then I actually kept them separately for a little bit. I was doing my sobriety thing over on the Sober Mom Life Instagram without telling anybody, just kind of working through what I was thinking about it.
Just sort of split yourself. Like, this is for my sober content. This is my day job, let's say.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And trying to navigate that.
Yes.
Walking one foot in both worlds.
Totally. And then I was actually having coffee with my friend Katie Rexing, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Why are you not just bringing sobriety into over here, into where you spend all of your time?" And like it feels like you're trying to keep it over here, but that doesn't feel like you. And so she really pushed me to, in a good way, to be like, okay, yeah, I think this does feel, split and not whole, which is exactly what my sobriety made me feel whole. And so then why am I splitting this thing? And I knew why. Because for all, like what you said, like, what are they going to say? Are they going to unfollow me? What are they going to think? Because I also was very clear that I wanted to use the word sober, but I wanted to like rebrand it. Mm-hmm. And so, but I knew that they would think, oh, how bad, how bad did it get? Like what's going on behind the camera, right? Which there was a lot going on behind the camera, but it wasn't like that bad situation. So yeah, I was terrified, but it was like we were talking about with the book. It was like they had caught me when I kind of went out on a limb and was like, okay, what I shared with my first baby wasn't the full story. Here's, what I've been struggling with. And they caught me. And so I was like, let's try this again. It might feel like a bigger jump, but here we go. And then I started sharing it. And then as I started sharing it, and I got flooded with messages. And I was like, oh my God, we need to talk about this. This was like in 2022, 2021, 2022. I don't know. Time's not
20s.
Time's not real.
Yeah.
And And so
After the 1900s.
I know, exactly. Especially after COVID. I'm like, I don't
Right.
even. Yeah. So and then it did make it made it easier. And I mean I still had, the Chads and the Brads being like, you're gonna drink again because you're obviously in denial. You're not calling yourself an alcoholic and you should. And I'm like, okay, thanks for stopping by and leaving a comment to help my engagement. And
Yeah.
there are still people who don't quite get it, but that's okay.
hmm It's so interesting to me that when somebody says they quit drinking, the thing that pops in everybody's head is, oh my God, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Yes.
How bad is it, right? Like the only reason to quit would be
Yes.
you wrapped your tree around a car, you got a
Yes.
diagnosis or something, that there would be no other reason.
Yes.
And that's what our fear is. And our fear is that actually we have had a dark moment. Maybe it's just at 3 a.m. and our own guilt and shame, which a lot of it is science, because that's just the alcohol leaving your system. That's detox is going to increase your withdrawal. It's going to create anxiety anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing that it would be because people are curious. We love us. I mean, we love.
Oh, it's so true.
Shaving our head in the mirror, like as a society, we want to watch that downfall, right?
Totally.
And we're so curious.
And I think, and I've been that person. I've been the one being like, oh, why? What happened?
Right,
And me saying that, I was like taking the temperature of like, okay, how bad? And I say that in huge quotes, you guys, because you're not bad. You're not the problem. It's the alcohol. Nothing wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think, how bad was she? How bad am I? Right. Well, did that happen to her? Okay, that didn't happen to me. But if it happened, like, does this mean I have to quit drinking? Right? Like, it's this punishment. Sure. And
I love the people that drank more than me because they were my barometer. Not that bad. Well, she's doing more and she's fine, so I'm fine.
Yes, right? It's so true that and looking for that barometer outside of ourselves. I think that some people will read the book and, I say I didn't have a rock bottom and they'll be like, you nursed your baby in a blackout. Like, if that's not a rock bottom, and that might be a rock bottom to somebody, right? Yeah. That's the thing, is it's so subjective that when we seek for the answers outside of ourselves, for someone to say, like, okay, let's see here. No, that is not rock bottom. Keep going. Mm-hmm. Or, oh, yep, that's rock bottom. Turn in your drinking privileges. We're just going to get even more confused and we're not going to know.
You and I totally speak the same language. And it's interesting because the word sober was always fine with me too. And I have a lot of clients who they don't like that word. And it bothers them. And I say, that's fine. You don't have to use it. It's not a requirement. You call yourself alcohol free. You just call yourself free. You call yourself whatever you want.
You call yourself whatever you want.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't mind it one bit. I never have. It's always fine with me. And the not that bad, I always think like for a decade, I was waking up hating myself every day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? It has to get worse?
Yes.
And I have what people would say a high bottom. I was high functioning. I didn't lose everything over it or anything like that. But also being not that bad kept me drinking for so long. Yes. And obviously that's not the right question because I don't want to be not that bad. I'm not with our one wild and precious life. You want to be not that bad for your one wild and precious life? Right. No, I want to be freaking amazing, right?
Yes, like that's not the goal.
I want to feel good and I don't want to miss any moments from a blackout or a hangover or like I want to be balls to the walls with joy and gratitude and presence. And
I love that. I love
not that bad keeps me in a really like purgatory situation when I can just be living so much better.
Yes. Like that can't be the goal. Like if that is that the
congratulations,
goal?
Your drinking's not that bad.
Right. Like congratulations, life's not that like that's not the goal. Or like, come on, don't you want to live a little? Right. It's like, no, I want to live like a whole lot. I want to live a whole more than what alcohol can provide. So yeah. Also your balls to the wall saying just makes me miss Wisconsin. Such a good go to Wisconsin saying balls to the
Oh,
wall.
geez, Louise. I know.
Jeez
I feel like
Louise.
it's shocking. We probably have been drinking in a basement
We've
somewhere together.
for real. We've
We
for
may have
sure
gotten in a
been
fight.
in
I
a
don't
field.
know. We may have like shared a bathroom stall.
Yes.
You know, I mean, shared
Yes.
lipstick or something. I don't know.
Wait, because what year did you graduate?
From high school, 94.
Okay, I was 98. You were like the cool, like older.
So yeah, I came home from college probably.
Yes. And I was like, oh my
I
God.
kicked you out, didn't I? No, I'm just kidding.
No. And I was like,
Sorry.
come on, I'll be cool.
Right. I'll be like,
Watch.
okay.
That's so funny.
I know. So small town. So, okay. So the drinking is out of the picture. So that's not
Yeah.
the problem anymore. But now you're in a new stage of life. And I'm curious about how hormones and OCD and sobriety, where you're at
Yes.
now in your lady parts.
In my lady innards. Can this episode be called like
It will be called, yeah.
okay, good. Okay. I just making sure.
Obsessed about that. We're obsessed about the lady.
We're obsessed about the lady innards. Yeah. So when I, after the birth of my third, so not immediately after, like a couple years after, I think I had a hysterectomy when I was, I don't even know. I'm telling you, it was a couple years, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And because I always had like horrible fibroid pain, like horrible. Like my cousins had hysterectomies in their 20s. My mom had one before she was 40. Like we've all gotten that out before 40s, right? And first of all, why isn't this discussed more? Having a hysterectomy, it feels like, and I kept my ovaries. So, but it feels like even the doctors were like, I don't know if you should do this. And I'm like, wait. I have HPV because I was adventurous, and so you're going to take my cervix and this organ, yes, that grew babies, but also has been causing me so much pain and is like so painful for me. Like, get it out. It's been so great not having uterus. I just have to say.
The general opinion is like, I'm going to exaggerate, but maybe like, if that's a motherhood organ, shame on you for getting rid of it because your one purpose in life is motherhood.
Right.
And even though you're done carrying children,
you still need to have.
You still need that.
Yeah, you have to have
lose your
that.
value without it.
Otherwise, you're not like
your fluid value is going to go down a lot.
Yeah, because otherwise you're not like a real woman or something.
Oh, you're not a real woman. Okay. Yeah. And you can't decide for yourself about that.
Yeah, I can't be like,
that's a worst case scenario.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Well, also hysterectomy, the root word is hysterical because they thought the uteruses were making us hysterical, people hysterical because, women, we're just with all of our emotions. Men don't have emotions at all because anger is apparently not an emotion.
Don't get me started. It's going to turn into a political rant.
I know. No. We won't get political, but we will bash that a little.
Right.
And yeah, so getting it out then means that they wouldn't be hysterical.
Okay.
So hysterectomy, that's where that.
But you got it out and you're still crazy, right?
I am, you guys, I'm even more hysterical. If by hysterical,
perfect,
you mean funny, then yes, then okay. So that said, I still have my ovaries, which means I am entering, I don't know. Here's the thing about me.
Remember I'm 4 years older, so I'm the big sister now.
Okay. I know you're the big sister. So you have to tell me because I'm also very much like, I don't know. Like my husband will joke, like I have horrible feet. I know this is completely off topic. I have horrible feet, like bunions and like just the ugliest feet you've ever seen. And he'll be like, it's so odd because you treat your feet like they're just like not a part of you. And so I'm very good at just being like, yeah, whatever. It'll fix itself. Right. Mm-hmm. And so with perimenopause, I've not been in tune with with like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I didn't sleep well last night. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't have to do anything about it until, of course, we all have the chat. And I'm on a chat with my best friends and they're like, you guys, this joint pain from perimenopause is really sucks. And I was like, oh, I have that. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, and then the sweating at night. I'm like, wait, oh, I'm doing that too. They're like, duh, you're in perimenopause. So it took me other people being like, Suze, I think you're in perimenopause for me to be like, oh, but I thought I was like 25.
We have such a little education about it. It's starting to get better. And the symptom list is 100 pages long.
It's like
right?
everything.
It's like everything. Exactly.
I know. Like what?
And as women, we've been dealing with everything for always. So
totally.
what's the difference?
Especially
now
coming
this,
off of
now
like
that.
having 3 kids. And
Mhm.
our pain tolerances are so high that it's
Mhm.
just like, so far I think it's been okay. But I think what's interesting is that the conversation I hear online, it's like people are turning to alcohol, women are turning to alcohol to deal with perimenopause. And they're like, oh God, and I'm like, that I can't imagine like adding alcohol to this mix. And I have noticed my mood swings. Okay. I have noticed increased mood swings.
I find I'm a bitch.
I
I've always
know.
been kind of a bitch, but now I'm more major.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I am a little bit bitchier than normal. And but now I just chalk it up to perimenopause where if alcohol was in the mix, I wouldn't know what the heck is going on. Like I wouldn't know. I would think, oh my God, I'm just hungover because I drank. My joint pain's probably because of that. Like I would kind of take the fall for all of these symptoms. Like I slept like shit. So it's because I drank. It's my fault. Right. And then it would be the overcompensation of like, well, because I did that to myself last night and my joints hurt, I'm going to run 5 miles just to prove that I'm okay. A lot of like punishment. But now there's just so much more compassion for my body and what it's been through and what it's going through. And it's like, hey, you know what? My knee hurts today. I'm not going to run. Like, I don't have to, there's no proving that I'm like, okay, because I just don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, totally. Totally. So first of all, if you're a runner, you should have bad feet. I have bad feet because I was a dancer and I just love to say I was a dancer. So one thing that made me fall in love with you. Yeah. What?
Wait, can we just talk about bad feet for just real quick?
Yes.
Because now I feel really close to you because I get called out on, like, I'll get called out on my bunion online. Like, I'll share a photo and I didn't hate it before. Like, I'm like, whatever. It's a bone, you guys. It's not like a growth. Okay. It's a bone that's going the wrong way. Okay. How do you feel about your ugly feet? Are you like,
well, I'm like you. I mean,
you didn't say ugly. You said bad. Are they ugly?
Also ugly. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Some things are good. My toes are in the right lineup.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean? Like the roast beef isn't before the
like everyone is just a step down from the one before. So in that way, I think very good. But
yes.
I think I have some things to work on. Okay. But I fell in love with you because I saw somebody comment on your bunion.
Stop
like
it.
a hater.
Heather, you did?
Yeah, they said it was nothing. You had a picture where you were barefoot and they said you have bunions, which is like,
oh my God.
Thank you for telling me.
I know, like, oh my God,
should I
brand
do?
new.
Like live in shame for the rest of my life? Like,
I know.
What? So your response to it was perfect. And
what did I say?
Okay, I like this gal.
Oh, good.
We're like, yeah, I know, basically. Like,
okay. I'm like, yeah, obviously. Like, so don't make eye contact with it.
It's just like,
yes. Oh my God, that's so
online
funny.
too. Like, do they like your beautiful, perfect, gorgeous picture, the cutest outfit, the best hair, the most gorgeous smile, skin, all the things. God. And somebody's going to say you have a bunion because that is what they see from that.
I know.
It's also, as a perfectionist, you're like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me.
I know. I think I probably like 10 years ago. Yes. Right.
You're like, oh my God, I'm not perfect.
Yeah. Like I would have, oh my God. People have come for my eyebrows before. Like one eyebrow's like higher than the other.
I hope so.
And I'm like, aren't they always? Oh, I've been called like
their sisters, not twins.
Online.
They're cousins, not whatever they say.
They're like stepsisters.
Right.
Yeah, like I think I've been online for so long, and I've heard just the worst things about me. Not my appearance, because I feel like that I could kind of just roll with that and be like, yeah, whatever. But like, I'm a horrible mom. I don't spend enough time with my kids. That's like the pain point that I'm like, yeah, you're probably not that I'm a horrible mom, because I think I'm a great mom. But like, yeah, I know, like spending time with my kids, I'm always like, God, I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to write a book. I didn't have to take on this kind of sobriety thing. Should I? Like, I have many moments where I'm like, should I have done all this? Like, should I have just gotten sober just quietly and like been more present with my kids? I feel like I'm pretty present with my kids, but I could have done more. Should I have? Am I going to look back and be like, why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to, my brother, who's my first troll, he always says, because he quit drinking right after I did. And so he's like, yeah, I mean, I quit drinking. I didn't start a podcast about it, And so it's like, well, yeah. And so I think I've been, there's been so much said to me that was horrible about me that I'm able to kind of just be like, yeah, my bunion, that's fine. Like, if you want to talk about my bunion, or that I'm, kind of, I don't know, too much, or all of the things, that's fine. It's the mom stuff that's like the pain point.
Yeah. Well, too much people are my favorite kind of people. I did a whole podcast on that. Like,
you did?
If you're like the Miss Piggy, so am I. If you're the Lucy from the Peanuts, so am I.
Yes.
And are you the Tigger? So am I. And I like too much people.
I do too.
I'm a too much person too. We need people like us, Sue.
Yes.
That's good. And I always say, I don't have enough haters. I'm not popular enough I don't have enough haters. When I get more haters, I'll be like, wow, I'm really getting popular. I can't wait for that.
You will. You're well on your way. And
exactly.
once they start coming, you'll be like, okay,
I made it.
Here we go.
Good on me, man.
Keep
there's a handful of people out there that really don't like you. And they're gonna let you know.
And that's the thing. Like, I always think like, well, if there are people who love you, there will be people who hate you. And there are definitely people who hate me. And yeah, that's okay.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Okay. We're Gen X. We're Gen X. Totally. We don't care. Like,
yeah. And the other thing, what I think is with the perimenopause right now, I think there's a real beauty I think there's a real empowerment for me right now.
Yes.
So is it perimenopause and all these symptoms and rage and stuff? Or is it like, personally, and I'm a step ahead of you. My kids are a step ahead of yours probably, but I finally have some space in my life. That's not just survival, right? Like my kids I have a junior in college and a senior in high school. So I have a lot of breathing from motherhood, and I'm mad about some things in my life, right? And like, I got stuff to be mad about. And I'm mad I handled it the best I could in my past, but I'm different now, and I'm changing patterns, and I'm healing generations. And I'm doing the big work now at this age, because I have the confidence and the space and the brain width to do it that I haven't always had. So I think it's beautiful. And also it's a legacy that you're leaving. And for your kids, they need to see that. I love that. And for me, both of us, but I coach mothers. And so they're putting their kids to bed sober. They're not rushing through that book anymore. They're, and their kids are saying this and that. And it's like, there isn't more healing work I could do for the world. And it's not just for me. I mean, it's for me, it's for my kids, for my clients, it's for the whole world. So
it's true.
The best thing to do, it's creating a world that you want your kids to grow up in that says, Mom's not drinking because of you. What a terrible message that is, right?
Oh my God.
You suck so bad that
I can't deal with you. Yes. Right? Yes. Oh my God. It's so true. And something happened last night that made me be like, okay. And I'm sure I'll still have doubts and stuff, but I got my books yesterday, like they were delivered, because I haven't gotten the books yet. I see you guys all get them, and I was like, oh my God, that's great. And then I emailed my publisher, and I'm like, are my books coming? And they came, and I showed my kids, and I was like, you guys come here, I need to show you this. And then I showed them the dedication because it's for them. And I said, you can't read this yet. And they're like, when can we? And I'm like, when you're like 25, maybe like 18, 19. I don't know, not yet. And they each took one, and then they were like, "Can you sign it?"
Hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'll sign it." And I wrote in my daughter's, "I loved writing this book, but I love being your mom even more." And that's like, that just kind of brought it all. I'm like, okay, they are seeing it, and they get to have this thing of mine, but that they see how much, because I write in there so much about how much being a mom means to me, and that I really did. I quit. We always say you can't quit for somebody, but they are my reason always. So, yeah.
And even for addressing your OCD,
Yes.
like it was because you had somebody else to care for. And even,
Yes.
and thank God, like you said, like I did not expect to cry on this podcast, but I was having a hard time when you were talking
Yeah.
about your darkest moments.
Yeah.
I wanted to hang up and go lay down and cry.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was an awakening for you, just like sobriety was an awakening for me, right?
Yes.
And it was because you cared about your firstborn so much that it wasn't just you anymore. So,
Yes. Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We'll get this out. So, tell everybody you're going on your book tour now.
Yes.
So
Oh my gosh.
they can follow you at the Sober Mom Place.
You could follow me. Yeah, follow me at Suzanne Wary on Instagram. And then you can go to SuzanneWary.com, and all the events are there. I'm going all over the place in October, and I want to meet you guys. And Heather, I want to meet you in real life.
It's coming soon for
Okay,
us,
good.
girl.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Peripatia Podcast, a talk show for women. Don't forget to download my free ebook, The 12 Truths to Change Your Life. Do it for the plot. We'll see you in the next episode. Lots of love.